Okay.
All right, I guess we're doing SkrOs and Mr. Hobo down in the losers bracket. What are we looking at here? Mr. Hobo and SkrOs. We got a Diamond Zerg versus Diamond Protoss. This might be a little bit closer for SkrOs than the Gold Zerg. So should be a good game though. So I will do a little updating. If you want to invite them into our matches, right now we'll get a little view of the loitering going on. Who are these people? So we got Mr. Protoss, SkrOs, the SkrOs toss, and Mr. Hobo, Zerg. Cool. Do we? I don't know if we've had vetoes out yet.
I do not either. I just invited the players to the party.
Okay.
They're banning right now. Very cool though. I mean it's what we were talking about previously. Was how tiring a loser's. We got it. What's the map?
Wait, what do we?
Thank you. I gotcha. But it's a lot better having something like a best of one.
Wait, what? I wasn't paying attention.
No, that's okay. So I was talking about the losers bracket. You were saying it can be really long because you not only drop down to the losers bracket and have to play other losers, but you're playing losers who have played less games than you.
Yeah.
But having a best of one makes that just a little bit better.
I mean, it makes it tough to, but it kind of turns into the ladder, you know?
Right. It turns you're just playing games and games.
But such is how it goes with.
Right.
We do have to get this event over in just one day. So with
Right, exactly.
32 people having a best of threes, that would go well into the night if we did the.
And then starting at the round of 8, we can go to best of 5s.
Yeah. Oh boy. So.
Then we can do a best of 11 grand finals.
So what map are we going on to here?
So we're going to King Sejong Station.
Okay.
And what's the matchup again? I know SkrOs is a Protoss. We just saw him.
Got a Zerg out of Mr. Hobo. So, we will see how it goes. SkrOs did, well, he went for, it's kind of like, well, it was kind of a funny game regardless because of that little proxy hatch, but, no build order, please. All right. Can we even, no build order. Boom. Got it. He's going 7 pool or something. He's 9 pooling. So we're on King Sejong Station. We haven't seen this map yet. Looks like Mr. Hobo is ready. SkrOs is going to take just a moment of a break. But SkrOs, he went for, it was like, was there a Void Ray when he attacked the natural? Or did that come in after?
So he built it as he was defending. So
yeah.
So he built it as he was defending, as the hatch finished in his main. It's his follow-up, right? So anything the Zerg does, if you're ahead from your big Zealot push, anything they do, Void Rays suck. So, I mean, the most conventional, right, is if a bunch of Zealots come at your base, you're like, I need Roaches out now.
Yep.
Or if not, if you're feeling really crazy, if you got a really aggressive lair,
yep.
then...
So we'll see if SkrOs goes for the same kind of...
right, yeah. Same sort of aggression, yeah.
It's similarly a... hello. I got the go spam out of somebody.
Yes, Mr. Hobo very excited about life and about StarCraft, and we love that.
But yeah, so we're loading into, we'll see if SkrOs does the same. I mean, it's also a 2-player map on King Sejong. A lot of places to put a proxy pile on to attack that natural of your opponent. And then even the air option, you got a short air rush distance on King Sejong. So pretty good map to do that sort of thing. So
I think this is a great map for Zerg shenanigans. I think the opening to the natural is really wide, and the fact that there are rocks on the back just make Protosses nervous. So it gives you a lot of options for the patient Zerg cheese or the aggressive Zerg cheese.
Sure.
Things get scary fast. But
sure.
Sorry, you want to announce players, Kevin. I know we're 27 seconds into the game. Let's get it. Let's get it.
So spawning up in the top left-hand side of King Sejong Station, we have our blue Protoss, and he is SkrOs. The SkrOs toss with the most... Never mind.
Mr. Hobo saying hello to his mom, spawning at the bottom right, repping pink for his mother. Mr. Hobo.
Now we've got a diamond versus diamond matchup. it should be a bit closer. Should be a good game. We got hola to the cabrones. What does cabrones mean? You're better at Spanish than I am.
I know.
Your wife knows much Spanish.
It's profanity.
Okay. Well, we're banned from Twitch.
We're banned from Twitch. Yep. No, that's okay. It's I think it's not as big of a deal to them.
Okay.
The particular word, but what it translates to is rude. If my mom is watching, I want to make sure that I'm close. In Espanol. There's nothing to yell goal for.
You have to do the whole thing. Yeah, just go.
Maybe just when somebody wins, you just say "Gano!"
Yeah.
Something like that. If we want to be like Mexican commentators.
I don't think I can do it. I don't have the energy. Anyway, we've got a regular. I think that's just a 14-15 pool out of Mr. Hobo. So even though he requests no build order, he's going standard. I thought he was gonna like 6 pool. Yeah.
But now no one will be able to see that he's been playing standard.
Yeah.
Very crafty.
Very true.
If somebody keeps asking for no build order, you probably think they're cheesy, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Pretty standard expansion as well, if I'm correct.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's a good normal natural timing.
SkrOs so far same build as his previous PvsZ. Dropping the cyber core at the top of the main.
So did he do the slightly later gas like last time?
You know, I missed it.
Okay, that's okay.
I'm gonna assume because what he did was he got warp gate out right away.
Yeah.
And then he got his mothership core. So I mean the expansion timing is a little goofy in and of itself. I would say a typical expansion timing is usually either at 15 if you're Nexus first, or at 19, 21, 22. So his expansion's a little later, so it doesn't put as much pressure. If he has early Ling aggression, like something weird like a 10 pool,
yep.
then he's able to just defend it with gateway units, and he doesn't take the natural. But now he's going to have the mothership core in plenty of time, and he gets a zealot and an extra gateway unit out if he wants.
Yep. And so it looks like while SkrOs is trying to hide a probe down there, it actually gets picked off by Mr. Hobo.
Yep.
We've got a zealot on a long journey all the way down to probably down to Mr. Hobo's natural. We'll see if he can't.
So SkrOs should know these lings are coming, right? So he should be able to defend at his ramp. It's really not so many lings out yet.
Yeah.
But the danger is how much follow-up comes. Is he able to get a scout? How many probes does he get to pick off? To me, even if you're killing 2 or 3 probes here,
yeah,
you're doing
moment.
okay.
Oh,
Because he gets the full scout, he gets to see no shifty Stargate, he gets to see there are, there's a cyber core down, stuff like that.
Yeah, he sees a lot of just regular things, and so he's probably pretty comfortable with that. However, the zealot didn't get any kills.
Oh!
That kill, though, first blood, right? No.
Hey, they all count. They all count.
He sees no gases. That's a very important thing for him to be able to see. It really changes his understanding of what his opponent has the capability of doing right now. He knows that there's not going to be a lot of tech. He knows that there's not going to be a big old speedling all in, because if you haven't gotten gas yet, you can't get Zergling speed. So both players probably feeling kind of safe, having seen each other's bases with a pretty good scout.
Yeah, no huge aggression coming out of either player. A little bit later warp gate research. Maybe that's him being distracted, defending, something like that.
Sure.
Maybe he wanted that earlier mothership core. Hard to say. Also gets the much safer, much less aggressive choice of a sentry to be able to defend here. So if there's a huge swell of lings or something like that, it buys you that extra 20 seconds for another warp in round.
Yeah, but he does have another probe coming down. I mean, I'd be surprised if he doesn't do a little bit of a zealot pressure or harassment onto this third base, try and take it out, or at the very least kill some probes and a queen.
Yeah, and it's not a bad idea. It's almost as if he is map hacking how well he snuck through the vision of his opponent there.
Although, unfortunately, he peeked all the way into the third base of Hobo. So if Mr. Hobo saw that, and he sees it again with an Overlord, and so he should be understanding that SkrOs might be doing a couple of shenanigans. But so he's building a couple Zerglings. Roachhorn's just finishing up. Ooh, I like the hallucinated Oracle. Puts you on your toes.
That's classy.
We'll see if no panic out of Mr. Hobo. He knows.
He already has the spores going down, so he can't even say, like, my hallucinated Phoenix.
Yeah, the funny thing is, though,
Oracle.
There's another Oracle. Hallucinated Oracle into a real Oracle. I like it. I like it a lot.
Too. Maybe at this point he doesn't even build a spore at his third. I mean, there are no drones there, so there's nothing to protect right now. But
yeah. Although Mr. Hobo has seen the Stargate out of of SkrOs, but
Okay.
hasn't done anything at his third base about it, so
Sure.
getting those worker kills. 3 of them out of that Oracle, not too bad.
Not too bad. He still gets the scouting. He gets to see that there's still no major ground army out of Mr. Hobo, so he knows he's pretty safe. The probe scouted the third earlier, but he sees now the third is just now barely getting saturated. So it's probably some tech, right, out of your Zerg opponent. If you don't see a big ground army, you don't see a lot of drones.
Yeah,
He's either bad or he's teching.
well, yeah. And so, I mean, as it is right now, he is going to lair. Probably going for, I would assume, decently quick roach speed, but he doesn't have double upgrades, so I'm not sure. Okay, +1 Zergling, and okay, he's going for Spire with Lings.
Right.
I kind of like it. It's a cool way to go. And he did see, I mean, going Spire after his Stargate is pretty bold, but
Right.
he hasn't seen any Phoenixes come out, so maybe he's kind of comfortable with doing that.
Right. Well, and if there's a single Stargate out, you're really not in bad territory, as long as you don't invest too strongly. If you get, if you drop 15 mutas or something like that, then that's a pretty risky play for a player that already has a Stargate out, because it's just they crank out so quickly.
Sure.
And they're so good. You only need six Phoenix to do work. So
We've got 2 hallucinated oracles coming in.
I know, really rude, but
Mr. Hobo is still unfazed.
Yeah.
He's like, whatever. I know. He knows they're hallucinated, or he says, "Come at me, man."
So a lot of gas here, I think, is really curious. Invested in sentries, 10 sentries out on the field. No idea what the master plan is for those. They're actually about the entire gateway army.
But you can also, I mean, it's good to have them, build up on a lot of energy. They'll have a ridiculous amount of force fields.
Right.
I don't know that he knows. He's seen the Spire for sure, right? So he knows that there's going to be mutas coming out, so he was making Phoenixes. And sentries actually, I mean, they're not bad against
They're
mutas.
not bad against mutas. They're not fast, but Guardian Shield is so strong against the splash of a muta attack.
Yeah.
And they actually do a good amount of damage against mutas too. So even supply of sentries actually beats even supply of mutas straight up.
Yeah.
But not many
100
people fight them.
sentries beats 100 mutas.
Yep.
Just kind of silly, but.
But mutas fly. And so there's no reason that he shouldn't be able to pick off pylons, tech buildings, stuff like that against just sentries.
Yeah, so we got the big old flood of mutas coming in, and actually Mr. Hobo has another 1,000 of both resources, so he could probably go into a good 25, well, no, never mind, okay, I thought he already had like a dozen out, but he can go into a good 18 or so mutas right off the bat.
Right.
Although it's not quite right off the bat, it's a little poke, and then maybe he'll have the flood. Oh, he's going for, I like the change up, actually, he's going for Hydras as well.
Yep. Hydra's getting
cool.
the infestation pit for infestors or swarm hosts, or is he getting it for hive?
Probably, I mean, maybe a little bit of both. Probably infestor and then to hive,
Okay.
I would think. I mean,
The infestor just in case the Phoenix count gets out of the hive?
yeah, I mean,
Out of control?
infestors. If
Or for
you-
sentries, I suppose, too.
Sick. Nice little
Zergling
Zergling run by.
Yep.
A couple of probe kills, but dealt with pretty well by SkrOs as well.
Yeah. Very calm, collected play there. Gets
yeah.
a few more probes. That's a really good run by.
Yeah, it's yeah, he ends up all right. Yeah, killing 13.
But he in
to the-
turn, a little bit more significant aggressive push. He is bringing the mothership call for a recall.
Yeah, and there's
but
just not a lot of
good
Zerg
Hydra
army
count
right
out.
now. A lot of Hydras, but like, if the fight goes okay for Mr. Hobo, then
Right.
yes, he can probably take it, especially with no Zealots there. If there were
Right.
Zealots and then some force fields behind the Hydras, that's a scary place to be. But
SkrOs doing really well, though, he denies the fourth, right? So, I mean, it's not a big deal. The investment there isn't worth it, but denying the income potential, really cool there. And he just pulls out from there. He calls it a win. He doesn't lose a lot. He doesn't get surrounded. He doesn't lose his mothership core accidentally. So all those cool things.
Sure. And so now we've got... Now we've got a lot of Hydras up
Right.
against a lot of Gateway army, but a lot of people say Hydra is good against Gateway units, but just Hydras by themselves, not so much.
Right.
They need to have a buffer.
Good force fields. Now we're seeing, in low counts, the Hydras and Gateway, or against Gateway units with a lot of good force fields. As long as he's taking fights in good positions, not right in the middle of the map, not in a huge opening, he doesn't, get pincered or something like that, then he's in good shape.
Yep.
But he does have enough force fields that he could, turn a fight okay.
And he, just as he said that, he is turning this fight
Yeah,
pretty well.
splits the army.
half those Hydras not even firing for the entirety of that fight. So very well placed force fields too.
But he is getting low on energy, so he can't be too aggressive here unless he thinks he can really end the game. He's only got about 4 or 5 more force fields to go here.
He's got the army supply. Well, it's even, but it's even and with units that tend to be a little bit more efficient, especially with those corruptors. They're not doing anything.
Right, there are no Phoenix still on the field, right?
Yeah.
So the corruptor is really not useful. Broodlord's pretty good at this stage of the game, right? Against Stalkers.
But it's going to be quite a while until that actually happens.
Correct. So pretty interesting. Can tank. They do have their really useful corruption, but an aggressive blink in from SkrOs.
Yeah.
Cleaning up a substantial number, most all of the Hydras still on the field. And now we have a huge supply disparity at this stage of the game for a Protoss player. To be ahead in supply at any rate.
At any point to be ahead in supply is a pretty darn good place to be in as a Protoss player.
Drones getting pulled. Hope and future slipping from the grasp of Mr. Hobo. His mother watching. Hoping against hope.
You know what? She's still proud of him now, okay? He said good game, good luck into the rest of the tournament. So Mr. Hobo, not salty about it though. That's
not
good.
salty.
That's a good competitor.
In his lowest of lows, he continues to be a gentleman, and that's something that every mother should be proud of.
Yep. And so I'm gonna have to call. We take a little bit of a break.
Yep, absolutely.
We've seen SkrOs beat out Mr. Hobo, continuing on his tournament run down the losers bracket. He's just beating it up down in that little melee of a bracket. But we're gonna take another 5-minute break. Take a little break for the casters. We might have a little bit of a different caster rotation going on, or something.
We might do something crazy.
We Vampy Worm. Yeah. All right. We might have another caster in here at some point. When we go to break, we'll talk. But yeah, we're going to go to break for a little bit, about 5 minutes again, as usual. And we'll get our next match coming up. And yeah, so this has been ChiCraft Winter 2015, hosted by us here at Ignite Gaming Lounge, Chicago, Illinois. It's pretty fun. It's been a great day so far. Again, if you're in Chicago and you're watching this and you're not here,
you're making a mistake.
You should really just be here instead, because then you can.
Let's be blunt.
We've got some raffles going on. We got a lot of other fun things, and just to hang out with a bunch of other StarCraft nerds on a Saturday. Always a good choice.
Oh, what better thing to do on Saturday?
I have nothing else to do on a Saturday. That's for damn sure. Anyway, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you soon.